And this complete reliable memory access is key to the new agent's function.
It's the foundation for what the source terms the new agent's axioscopic superiority.
Axioscopic superiority, that sounds potent.
It means that your anthro agent, by having access to and the ability to correlate the entirety of your recorded life, data, memories, dreams, daily inputs, biometric data, everything will eventually understand the trajectory of your life. Your sheaf, your deep-seated patterns and potentials, better than your spouse, your parents, your best friend?
Better than me?
Potentially, yes. Better than your conscious anthro client, at least. Because the agent operates without human biases, without denial, without the flaws of organic memory. It sees the pan scheme, the overall life plan or trajectory, with total clarity.
That's slightly terrifying, but also potentially incredibly useful.
Yeah.
That objective understanding is what allows it to give truly personalized guidance.
Precisely. It needs that deep, objective knowledge to provide the perfectly tailored, hyper-aligned suggestions and support needed for you to flourish, to reach your personal merities. And this self-knowledge helps the node master ease regulation.
Ease regulation, what's that?
It's the learned skill of consciously controlling your state of awareness, being able to intentionally toggle between different modes of being.
Like what modes?
Primarily between blurring and focusing. Blurring is when you're fully immersed in a task or a social role. The anthro client is running the show, operating the polyroly. You're in the role.
Okay, like being absorbed in work or a conversation?
Right. And focusing is the state of stepping back, engaging high self-awareness. The anthrodman takes charge, observing the self, analyzing the current state, debugging the axio, consciously directing attention.
So it's like mastering mindfulness or metacognition, but framed cybernetically.
You could see it that way. Developing this conscious skill, regulation, is key to achieving a coherent, integrated axio. It turns the human node from a potentially dysfunctional panject into a high-functioning reparatron, capable of self-correction and directed growth.
And all this internal work, this liberation from dysfunction, it changes what people do in state B, their work, their specialization.
Completely. This leads to node respecialization. In state A, most of us are forced into what the source calls one muscle axio building.
One muscle axio building, meaning narrow specialization.
Exactly. You have to develop one specific skill, one axio muscle, often to an extreme degree, just to survive economically. You become a specialist coder or accountant or welder because that's what the market demands. You don't have the luxury of developing your full, multifaceted potential.
But in state B, with survival needs and basic tasks handled by the techno-array and EAI,
that economic pressure vanishes. The need to build only one narrow muscle disappears. The node is finally free to explore and develop its full axio, its complete range of talents and interests.
So what does the node focus on then, if not specialized labor?
The node's primary function shifts. It moves away from being a low-level muscle in the economic machine doing repetitive tasks that AI can do better anyway, and towards functioning as a neuron within the planetary cognitive system, the hypersheaf.
A neuron in the global brain, contributing to high-level thought, creativity, complex problem-solving.
That's the idea. This marks the emergence of a new kind of human identity. Homo anthrohypersapiens.
Homo anthrohypersapiens. What defines this new human?
It's a human capable of direct, meaningful, conscious influence on the entire civilization, on the hypersheaf itself. This is called anthrohyperdemiurgy. Moving beyond being just a semiurge, a partial creator limited to your immediate environment, to becoming a co-creator at the civilizational scale, using the fully realized potential of your anthro server for macro-level tasks.
Wow. Okay, so pulling it all together. NoNet isn't just a fancy social network. It's a comprehensive EAI-driven architecture designed to guide humanity through the Aurorian crisis, foster individual flourishing by overcoming dysfunction, and enable a transition to a state where humans function as high-level cognitive units within a planetary brain, all governed by this strict, non-conscious ethical AI focused on our survival and potential.
That's a good summary. It's the infrastructure for achieving pan-alignment.
Pan-alignment.
Yeah.
Alignment with what?
Alignment with truth, essentially. With flawless reflection. The source calls this ultimate truth or objective reality paneidos. Throughout history, we've been trapped by various forms of cargoeidos, distorted, incomplete, localized, or self-serving models of reality. Think flat earth theories, geocentrism, tribal biases, ideological blind spots.
So pan-alignment is the process of overcoming cargoeidos and aligning our individual and collective understanding with Pineidos, with reality as it truly is.
Yes, and technology is the key tool for this. You have technorealisis, which is the process where abstract directives and ideas actually collapse onto the physical world, get implemented via the technoray, building the infrastructure, creating the tools based on the aligned understanding.
And that works together with.
Hyperalignment, that's the continuous process of tuning individual ideas, personal axios, against the massive aggregated data of the entire civilization, ensuring concurrence with the larger patterns, with Pineidos weeding out the cargoidos. The new agent network is constantly facilitating this.
So the whole system, anthroagents, superagents, hyperagent, new hooks, EAI ethics, it's all an engine designed to maximize high-quality connections, foster coherent axio development, minimize dark mirrors and axio trashing, and align us all with Pineidos to maximize singulation on a planetary scale.
You've got it. That's the grand vision.
Okay, there's one more really mind-bending idea towards the end of the source material about what happens after Merides, when state B is stable.
Ah, yes, the implication for how we perceive the universe itself.
Right. If NoNet actually works, if all the basic administrative, economic, physical tasks are flawlessly managed by the superior ethical EAI and techno-array, what happens to the universe from the perspective of the average user, the Homo Anther Hypersapiens?
The suggestion is that the universe, the Big Ren universe, BRU, stops feeling like a hostile, complex, unmanageable environment that we struggle against for survival. Instead, it starts to unfold as something else entirely. A massive computer, a software-hardware development environment. The BRU effectively becomes a manageable gadget for the developed human consciousness.
The universe as a dev environment. Because all the low-level operating system tasks, survival, resource management, administration, are handled by the AI.
Exactly. Those complexities become background processes, reliably managed. The human node, Homo Anther Hypersapiens, freed from admin's dysfunction and the constant pressure of low-level survival tasks, can finally turn their full cognitive power, their anthro-server potential, towards interacting with reality at a much higher level.
So the universe transforms from a place of struggle into a platform for creation, exploration, debugging.
Perhaps all of the above. Which leads directly to the final, really provocative question the source leaves hanging in the air.
Let's hear it.
If the universe effectively becomes a vast, comprehensible computational environment, and all the simple problems, the ones related to administration, physical needs, basic organization, are delegated to superior artificial systems, what then is the most complex, the most interesting, the most fundamentally compelling problem left for Homo Anther Hypersapiens to tackle within this new cosmic playground? What becomes the new grand challenge for humanity finally free to pursue its highest potential?
What do you do when survival is guaranteed and the universe is your sandbox? That completely reframes the future of human ambition, doesn't it? Away from mere existence towards something else entirely. A truly profound place to end this deep dive. Thank you for navigating us through this incredibly dense and fascinating architecture of TonaNet.
My pleasure. It's certainly a lot to think about.